Let me take this privilege to address myself. What issues do I have to address as a member of parliament? As a member of parliament, first of all, we are national leaders. We are not leaders at the constituency level. So my coming to parliament, my decision to come and contest as a parliamentarian is to give and offer a clear presentation of my constituency into the national parliament and articulate very clearly on the issues of good governance that affects our nation, and to make sure that there is an integration of holistic development for this nation that takes care of our constituents which are rural. And my coming as a member of parliament, I'm seeking my mandate not on any party ticket, because ordinarily I would have sought my ticket on NRM ticket as a party. But because of what is transpiring currently, this kind of confusion that within NRM primaries, the internal election within the primaries, I have judged and taken a decision that I will not contest into the NRM party, but I will be on an independent ticket to represent my people and represent my constituents and have issues of the nation articulated without any encumbrances, without any attachment to any party, but have patriotism as a guiding principle in the parliament. I will work with the government that will be in power, and at this moment, I assume that the government that will be in power, because I subscribe to the NRM party, and I can ably say that the party that will be in power will be NRM. I will work with NRM. That will mean that even all the good things that will build the nation, I will be there in parliament to build the nation, not take any side that will make the nation crumble. And my principle for my constituency is to endeavor and have sustainable development, promote health, which I've been promoting in my constituency, promote education, which I've been doing in my constituency. And when I say promoting health, I have personally initiated and constructed about 10 health units. I have personally initiated 3 secondary schools which are in existence. I have personally participated into bringing up vocational schools. I have personally lobbied and sent more than 100 students on a degree scholarships. I have doctors, I have lawyers, I have administrators, I have engineers, all sorts of careers, I have them. And this one I'm doing it because I believe an educated nation is a developed nation. If we educate, if I endeavor to educate my constituents, definitely my constituents will have a holistic development spurred and led by their own. And of course, we have issues of agro-processing, which is lacking in my constituency. Uganda is now in it. We're importing Irish potatoes from Kenya. We're importing peas from Mexico. We're importing beans from wherever. We're importing sorghum from Tanzania. Such a beautiful country like Uganda, which is blessed by nature. But everything that we consume here in Uganda, that we were indigenously producing, we are all importing them. We are importing vegetables from Kenya. Can you imagine? Kigezi, which used to be the producer of vegetables, we no longer produce. What we have now, I can see Uganda is thriving on coffee, but sooner or later, at this trajectory, we may not have anything to say. We used to have tea, but now our tea is not the leading tea. So when we are talking about transforming this nation of ours, we need to work tirelessly. We need to work for our people. We need to come up with initiatives. We need to sustain what has already been done. So agro-processing, in my constituency, we have minerals, we have iron ore, we have gold, we have wolfram, but there's nothing to talk of as in development in my constituency. And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking for this whole nation. We could be having oil, we could be having, here we have trillions, minerals which are worth trillions, but you don't see it being translated to for the indigenous Ugandans. Our education system is, so when I'm coming in as a member of parliament, much I will be advocating for a holistic development for my constituents. I'm looking at Uganda, and I'm looking at even East Africa as a region, and I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm looking at Africa. I've been there, I know what to do. When I was there, I was a leading challenger, leading World Bank, and I was the chairperson of World Parliamentarians in World Bank at that level. I was championing the Sustainable Development Goals in Africa. I was the leader of African parliamentarians in advocating for Sustainable Development Goals. I know what I'm talking about, and I know what has happened in my constituency and even in other constituencies. I appeal to leaders, choose the right leaders. Don't choose anyhow. If you choose anyhow, you will have a development which is, our country will go to the drain. Let me appeal to the Ugandans. Let me appeal to my constituents. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Because we need a parliament that has spinal cord. We don't need a parliament of vegetarians. We need a parliament of fearless people, people who have a spinal cord, people who can advocate for the people, who can speak for the people. We don't need a transactional parliament. I mean, you don't need a parliament where members of parliament turn parliament into a market for deals, because they bought their way into parliament. And that has been the problem of which we have been having. When you go in our rural areas, people buy waraji, people buy alcohol, people buy, all sorts of things for them to be voted in. This must stop.